Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about the next explosive coins that are going to really bring a whole lot of profits to your portfolio. And these are Zilliqa, Elrond, Avalanche. And we're also going to talk about BTC because this is going to allow you to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm doing, or rather making certain moves, because it's really going to make, it's going to give you like a broader perspective. So anyhow, without further ado, Zilliqa, Elrond, Avalanche are about to explode beyond your wildest imaginations, because these particular cryptocurrencies have obviously completed the accumulation phase. For example, Elrond and Zilliqa have obviously broken past their resistance levels. So before we jump into their respective charts, I really want to give you my overview of BTC and what I really think is going to happen. So anyhow, BTC is back above 63,000 US dollars, and if you guys remember my previous episodes, right, I did give you certain conditions that needed to be met in order for the price of BTC to continue going up. So a lot of people are going to be saying, hey Muna, you talked about BTC going to 47,000, you talked about BTC dropping to 30,000 US dollars. Just like I told you, trading is an either or type of situation. Either this happens or this particular thing happens. So in this particular case, right, obviously if we switch over to the daily when it comes to BTC, right, something extraordinary happened, because a while back we were obviously facing this particular area of resistance. Okay, I mean, we were sort of what's the term again? We were consolidating. Yeah, that was the term that I was looking for. We were consolidating in this particular area, and something amazing happened, and we obviously ended up breaking towards the upside, which is very, very good. So this is one of the reasons why I really believe in waiting for the market to give you its direction. So as you can see, right, this is where we had to like do our consolidation, and boom, alas, we finally broke towards the upside. And one of the most important daily candles as far as Bitcoin is concerned happened a few days ago, because if you can see, these are daily doji candles, okay, and both of these daily doji candles allowed us to sort of close the daily closes of the past two candles on the 11th and the 12th of April, closed above the previous resistance stemming from way back. So as you can see, right, we obviously had like a lot of trouble penetrating or going above this particular resistance, but 2 days ago, this is one of the reasons why BTC is obviously becoming bullish, because we have overcome this particular resistance. All this consolidation phase is leading up to this particular breakout. So that time I was telling you that the price of BTC was going to eventually drop to 47,000, because 47,000 was the next area of support. 50 to 47,000, we were around these particular areas, and we were obviously being rejected on the resistance levels, and then again we also got rejected. So at this particular phase, or rather in these particular phases, right, the markets weren't really clear. Okay, we could have continued dropping down and going to the lower side, but in this particular case the bulls defended. Okay, and if you were supposed to take that particular trade, right, so this is one of the reasons why I always teach my students not to premeditate a move. Wait for certain things to happen. So for example, in this particular case, right, we did receive this particular trading data where we ended up closing above 60,000, or rather 59,500. So that was a very good indication that, okay, this particular uptrend is going to continue. So eventually what's going to happen to BTC in the next coming days and weeks probably is the price of BTC is most likely going to end up going to around 65, 70, 75, because we have resumed our upward momentum. Okay, so I really hope that you guys understand the clarity in how I defined and sort of trade, because a lot of you just stick to one narrative. Trading is not really about sticking to one narrative. It's all about reacting to the type of data that you get. Now that you guys are on the same page, right, let's go back to these particular cryptocurrencies: Zilliqa, Elrond, Avalanche. So just to give you a reminder, I have been, talking about Elrond, Zilliqa, and Avalanche for the longest period of time. Right over here, right, you guys can actually see that I was talking about Polkadot, Elrond, Cardano 7 months ago before they had these explosive gains. Okay, as far as Avax is concerned, right, we did talk about Avax when it was very, very cheap, when it was around $2, $3. Now, Avax is trading above 33. So just like my name says, beyond 10x, we are obviously living up to the expectation of my name. So we have done tremendously well. So best believe I'm going to be sticking to these coins, and they have been giving me a whole lot of profit. So anyway, jumping into Avax, first of all, let's take a look at Zilliqa before we get into Avax. So with the price of Zilliqa, right, something extraordinary happened the past few days. Just like what happened with BTC, right? Zilliqa is beginning to show the same signs just like BTC. So first of all, right, we obviously broke above this particular area, consolidation area and area of resistance. Do you see this cluster of trading action right over here, right? This was obviously a build up, or rather is a build up to an upward continuation, but something extraordinary happened. So right now I'm actually looking at the 3-day as far as Zilliqa is concerned, right? So as you can see, we have been dropping and testing this particular resistance. So previous resistance becomes support. So if you take a look at this particular wick right over here, right, we obviously ended up being supported. And if we switch over to the daily, now this is where you're going to have like a whole lot of clarity. Okay, so as you can see, this is where we had like the most amount of resistance, and this is where we are having a lot of confluence. And if we had to like sort of expand our chart, right, it is very evident to see that right over here, right, we did test this particular area of support. Well, resistance turned into support twice, so we had to break out towards the upside. Of course, we were stopped right over here, and we did it for the second time. And this time around, if you guys can clearly look at this particular level, right, we obviously formed a higher low, okay, in comparison to that low there. So that really shows an increase in terms of the strength of Zilliqa, and this is obviously going to lead up to an upward continuation pretty soon. So you just have to be patient with Zilliqa, because Zilliqa sometimes throws these temper tantrums, and it's a very emotional coin. Zilliqa reminds me of women. Like when you are in a long-term relationship with women, right? Women are just so full of emotions, and they are very unstable, but they can be good. Well, I'm not saying women are bad, but I'm saying they are mostly full of emotions. You just can't predict what women do. So Zilliqa is like a woman. It just does its thing. So you just have to be patient with it. You just have to like give it some time, and then you just have to like accept the way that it is. I'm sure a lot of women are going to be killing me, but I've got nothing against women, man. I love women, man. Women are the best, but sometimes they just behave like Zilliqa. They take too long to make a move. What am I talking about? So anyhow, yeah, so I really think this is very bullish as far as Zilliqa is concerned. Now, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking, Jesus, the women are going to come for you. They're going to destroy your YouTube channel. Your career is over. So ladies, I was just joking. So please, I was just joking. Okay. Yeah, so Zilliqa is obviously going to continue its upward momentum, because we obviously are most likely not going to go below this particular level. If we go below 18 and a half cents, oh man, that's obviously going to be very bad. But that is highly unlikely, because we're having like pretty much the same pattern with BTC. Okay, so usually as far as BTC is concerned, right, there's going to be a moment where the resistance turned into support is going to be tested. It's going to do that, then come back to this particular level, and then if there's solid amount of support, it's going to bounce, and then again it's going to do it, then it's going to continue its upward momentum if it's going to do that. So I really hope you guys understand. So this is pretty much what Zilliqa did. It did break out of this particular resistance, came back, tested the support, bounced, and then again came back, and this time around it produced a higher low. So best believe from here, I think it's really an easy upward momentum from here. So you just have to be very patient with Zilliqa. Zilliqa is going to be releasing the Zilliqa Ethereum bridge pretty soon. It's going to be before the end of Q2. Okay, so we've only got about 2 months. So what I really believe is the Zilliqa team, these guys obviously have market makers. Like every cryptocurrency project has got market makers, you know, who like really sort of help the price to sort of do certain things. So I really believe that the Zilliqa team are going to milk the Zilliqa Ethereum bridge, because this is their greatest achievement or milestone this particular quarter. So they're going to milk it till the very end. Okay, so you need to be in the Zilliqa trade before that happens, prior to that, because you're going to make the most amount of money. And best believe the Zilliqa team is going to be like sort of telling their market makers to do their thing. So you just have to be like in before that particular situation happens. So I'm just going to be like buckled up, and I'm going to be waiting for these things to come to fruition. Moreover, the technicals are really good at this particular moment. So if we flip over to the smaller time frame, right, obviously the 4 hour, we recently had like a surge in buying power. Okay, so usually this is a consolidating phase. Okay, so initially we had that surge in volume, right, and then the decrease in volume started happening, because this usually happens especially when you're coming to the end of a consolidating phase. So as you can see right over here, we're starting to pick up in terms of volume. So what's going to happen as we further go on the consolidating phase, right, our volume is going to pick up, and it's going to continue. So I'm looking forward to like seeing more volume bars, buying power, that is, at the end of this particular consolidating phase, and then we're going to have explosive results. Of course, there's going to be like a few resistance areas, like for example at 21 cents, 0.21328, and then there's also another one at 0.2245. These areas are going to be areas of resistances. So best believe we're going to do that. Boom, come back down again, try to go up, use this particular area as support, and then eventually break out. So you just have to be very patient. Give it 2 weeks, give it 3 weeks, but I can guarantee you're going to make a whole lot of money as far as Zilliqa is concerned. So best believe. So a lot of you usually ask me the end of the year price of Zilliqa. I really believe Zilliqa is going to be above $1. Trust, it's going to be above $1, and these things usually tend to escalate. For example, if you talk about XRP took a very long time to go above 75 cents, but now look at the price. Like once XRP overcame the 75 cent level, right, it was very easy for it to like explode and expand its price appreciation like in a very short period of time. So this is a concept that you need to understand. You just need to understand and highlight where the resistance level is. So if you take a look at Zilliqa, right, the previous all-time high was around 23 cents. So right now we are hovering around 23 cents. Okay, so we're not really far away from exploding above the previous resistance level. So this is the juiciest part of trading. Okay, so once we get to close above 23 cents, trust me, it's just going to be explosiveness after explosiveness. Can you believe that is it very easy to believe that XRP is now doing very well? I mean, we were at 20 cents like not a long time ago. In January we were around 20 cents. Okay, and XRP is like a very large market cap type of cryptocurrency, but right now it's actually blowing past everything. It's just going and not stopping. It's just out of control. So best believe Zilliqa can do the same. It can go above $1 like in a snap of a finger, just like that. provided it defeats its bears. Okay, and the bears right now, a lot of them are concentrated around the 23 cent level, and right now we're very close to 23 cents. So anytime soon, any trigger can really propel the price of Zilliqa into a whole new level of price appreciation, and those are the times where you really get to make a whole lot of money. So anyhow, for those of you who have been on my YouTube channel, right, I really want you to take a look at this particular episode where I explained how I made a whole lot of money investing in XRP, because I bought XRP at 20 cents and I did a 3x leverage. So my $1,000 has turned into over $25,000, and this is a trade that I have kept. I bought XRP when XRP dropped during this particular phase right over here, when it dropped to around 20 cents, 18 cents. So I bought XRP right over there. I put in a leverage trade at 3x, and I'm still holding on to that particular trade. So I'm probably going to make another follow-up episode. So this episode that I did 2 days ago shows you how I made $21,000 from a $1,000 investment. So if you guys are interested in trading and just pretty much finding more information about how to trade and how to do these things, I do offer private lessons, and you can send me an email. The email is going to be attached, or rather pinned, in the comment section below. So anyhow, moving on to Avax, right? So Avax is also one of those cryptocurrencies that I have been talking about, right? I have been talking about it for a very long period of time. We bought it very cheap, and now it's about to continue blowing up. So as you can see, right, Avax is almost done with its consolidation phase and accumulation. So if you take a look at this particular phase, right, from here, from the 7th of April, it has been going up nicely, okay, but we have some resistance levels, okay. And if you take a look at the previous all-time high of Avax reached as high as 55 to about $60. So this time around, right, we are probably half of that particular all-time high. So if we had to go back to our all-time high, right, would make a 50%. So let's say, for example, you invest $100,000 or even a $1,000, right? By the end of this price action, when it goes to the previous all-time high, right, you can pretty much make half of your money, which is a very good trade to me. It's a very good bargain, very good risk to reward ratio. And when it comes to this particular downturn, right, obviously we reached a particular phase where the price couldn't go any further below this particular threshold. So there's actually a whole lot of support which is happening, which is very, very good. So these are the types of trades that I usually love taking, where I can see that, okay, the support has been established. There isn't any more bears fighting around this particular area, and from here it's obviously going to be like a smooth selling journey towards the upside. So perhaps you might have like another downturn, but best believe it's going to do tremendously well in the next coming 2 to 4 weeks. So this is one of the reasons why I really believe, and I'm going to go back into Avax, because I bought Avax all the way from since the beginning, since it dropped. I was trading it. It did drop, boom, I was in the game, and we made these amazing trades right over here. It is very, very beautiful. Trading is a beautiful calculated game. So I really like such things, and right now I'm actually telling you that it's going to continue going up. Of course, there's going to be peaks and valleys, there's going to be ups and downs and all that good stuff, but if you are patient enough, we're going to end up going to the previous all-time high, which is a 50%. So if you guys are into leverage trading, a 3x and a 50% price potential could really make you a whole lot of money. You can make more than 200% of your money. So just do the calculations and all that good stuff. So all in all, the consolidation phase, aka the accumulation phase, is absolutely done. I think we ended up we completed the consolidation phase right around this particular area. This was very indicative of what's going to happen and what is obviously bound to happen. So it's been a very good slow upside right over here. So right now we just need those impulsive moves towards the upside where we have like where we have these long trading candles. That's all we need, and the price of Avax is going to do tremendously well. So anyhow, moving on to EGLD, Elrond. So as far as Elrond is concerned, I bought Elrond way below $10, way below $14 to be precise. Okay, and look at the price. Okay, we've got I've got evidence on my YouTube channel. Just type Elrond, you guys will find this information. It's not like I'm just coming here for no reason. I've got the proof is on my YouTube channel. Just type Elrond. We bought this around $14. I was recommending it, and all that good stuff. But anyhow, it's about to continue pumping. So when it comes to the price chart of Elrond, right, of course it's a little bit messy. It's a little bit it's full of temper tantrums and all that unstable stuff that I talked about when it comes to certain projects, because certain projects are very volatile. They remind me of women a whole lot. Can you imagine having this particular pump, right? It pumps and then it really dumps back again to its initial phase. Can you imagine if you are in a leveraged long position? You would really end up losing a lot of money because there's this particular nasty gigantic wick to the initial pump. Do you see this? This is really ugly. I don't really like such type of trading data. However, these are the situations where you can really get to see where the area of value is. So before we broke out right over here around 65, right, we obviously faced some trouble. This is one of the reasons why we have this particular doji candle right over here. So when we broke out, we eventually came back down, okay, and the support held very, very good because it was the previous resistance level. And if we take a look at what has been happening ever since the 9th of February, right, we have been consolidating, and some could say this is obviously like a W pattern, and we have resumed our upside momentum. So let's say, for example, Elrond had to drop down, right? We would obviously find support around the 152, but that is highly unlikely because the closest area is probably around this particular area, which is closer on 179 and other stuff. But it has already been tested, because if you take a look at this particular doji on the 7th of April, right, it did get the chance to test this particular area. But remember what Zilliqa did, right? Zilliqa did have some sort of double bottom. So let's go back to the daily on Zilliqa. So it pumped and then it dropped and then it pumped again and then it produced a higher low. So I really expect the price of EGLD Elrond to maybe slightly retrace a little bit, then pump up again, produce a higher low, and then continue its upward momentum. Or that can't really happen. If it doesn't happen, it's all Gucci, because you had these great opportunities where you had a very good value for your price in terms of getting to purchase Elrond. So this particular area was also very good. It was a very good entry. And if you take a look at this particular price appreciation, that's almost like an 80% price appreciation since 23rd March, which is pretty crazy. I mean, this is insane to me. This is so amazing and so awesome at the same time. So this is one of the reasons why I really believe that patience is all what is important, especially when we have identified that cryptocurrency is obviously approaching a very good bull market. Okay, so you just have to be very patient with it. Just invest, forget, and come back a few weeks later, because if you really try to time the market, it's going to be very hard for you to do. So Elrond, I believe, is going to do very well. So what's the market cap of Elrond? Elrond has got a market cap of about 3.7 billion US dollars, and I really think that a 2x, a 3x from here is absolutely possible. Elrond can obviously go to around 20 billion because it's all about the scalability, the functionality, and all that good stuff. So Avalanche, Elrond, Zilliqa are kinda in a similar niche, but they are very different in terms of their capabilities. What Zilliqa does, Elrond doesn't necessarily do it, or some people can say it does it better, and what Avalanche does is slightly different from what Elrond and Zilliqa does, but they are all very powerful blockchains, and they are all very good long-term investments, if I would put them in that particular category. So this is one of the reasons why I obviously decided to like invest in all of them. Polkadot is also one of those cryptocurrencies. So Polkadot, Elrond, Avalanche, Zilliqa, I really think that these are very good bets for the future as far as the bull market is concerned. So anyhow, that's all I had for you. This has been like a very long video. I'm sure you guys are probably tired of hearing my voice right now. So all I just wanted to like let you know is that look out for these particular trades. I really believe that in the next 2 to 1 month they're going to do very well, and eventually at the peak of the bull market you guys are going to be filthy rich, because if you followed my advice 6 to 7 months ago, right, you should be probably filthy rich right now. Okay, so just subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm probably going to be giving you a whole lot of bangers, and everything is going to be Gucci. So a few days ago I did talk about BSC pad, and I'm sure a lot of you didn't even listen to me. So this is also like a very great investment. So do your own research, not financial advice, by the way. Whatever you do your own due diligence, because you can end up losing almost all your money and you can end up being homeless. So please be very smart and very calculated. So it's been your boy Muna, aka Beyond 10x. You guys already know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll probably talk to you a little bit later, most likely tomorrow. Be good, stay blessed, and bye.